Tiger fans, and welcome back. Skip Bertman Field, Alec Box Stadium here on the campus of LSU. Another SEC weekend begins. Missouri coming in 22-12, 5-10 in conference play, sitting in the cellar along with Kentucky in the SEC East. For LSU, 24-12, 7-8 their conference mark. Currently sitting in 5th place in a very tight SEC West. You've got Arkansas atop the league, 11-4. Then you've got Auburn, A&M, and Alabama, one game ahead of the Tigers. Before followed by, of course, Ole Miss, who again has struggled this season. They'll get started this weekend, as Doug told you earlier on the SEC report. LSU and Ole Miss, two of the teams out of the West in action to start the early weekend in SEC play. Mississippi State also behind LSU in the SEC West. The Tigers sweeping the Bulldogs in Starkville nearly 2 weeks ago.
It's like the battle of who's struggled more this year down up in over in Oxford this weekend between Mississippi State and Ole Miss. So far tonight, as I mentioned, Ole Miss not struggling. Saw 3 runs in the first inning. Let's see, it's still 3-0.
Mikhail Hilliard on the bump, taking his final warm-up tosses. Again, Missouri will have Josh Day, Trevor Austin, and Luke Mann lead it off. Before we get started, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. This is Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Along with our producer, Alondra Villarreal in the Capital One studios. Chris Blair along with former Tiger champ Doug Thompson here inside the Caesar Sportsbook broadcast booth. Another beautiful night for baseball. 7 o'clock first pitch.
Let's do it.
Or thereabouts. Get your game day forecast for the rest of the evening coming up. But first, Josh Day going to stand in, the shortstop, leading off Missouri, a right-handed hitter. Batting .331 on the year. Hilliard ready to go. He'll wind. The pitch to the plate. A little chopping ground ball foul left of third base. Time of first pitch 7:03 Central Time. That's tonight's first foul ball. Brought to you by Rotolo's Pizzeria. They've got the dough you really want, so come on in, have a drink or two. They'll fix you up something new. Slide into a Rotolo's near you.
Down on the field before the game, watch Josh Day hit. Good looking athlete.
The 0-1. Misses with a curveball off the outside corner, does Hilliard, and it's 1-1. Day, of course, going to try to set the table for Missouri. Their stats will not bowl you over offensively. In fact, none of their stats, in fact, will jump off the page so far this year. The 1-1. There's the curve for a strike, and it's 1-2. Hilliard jumps ahead, but they are aggressive if they get aboard. Day's going to try to do that here to start the game. He's got 7 of 9 stolen bases, but everybody in this lineup has at least 1 stolen base on the year for Coach Beazer. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Breaking ball lifted in the air to right. Pearson going back, twisting, now settles under it. He'll have it for out number 1. And the leadoff man retired. And Doug, on Tuesday night, very similar styles, Louisiana Lafayette and Missouri, in the fact that their batting average is somewhere in the mid to upper 2s.
Yeah, right at 250.
280 for Louisiana Lafayette. But they want to steal bases. They want to get on any way possible. And LSU let 1 leadoff man aboard, which was key on Tuesday night. Cajuns never really able to get started by getting on base. Now it'll bring up Trevor Austin. And he'll set him up with a breaking ball, and it's 0-1.
Well, I mean, we talk about it all the time. That leadoff batter, which team at the end of the game, tell me which team got the leadoff batter out more often. And I'm guaranteeing you the numbers will tell you that's the team that usually wins the game.
The 0-1 off the end of the bat, ground ball. Slow roller to Morgan at first, and he'll keep it himself, step on the bag, and 2 gone. So quickly 2 out here in the top of the first inning. Tigers donning the white jerseys, white pants, in purple numerals with gold outline, gold LSU baseball logo on the front chest, and the traditional purple LSU lids. Luke Mann, a left-handed hitter, will stand in. Junior batting .244. hails from St. Louis, Missouri. It's Hilliard. Winds and delivers. Breaking pitch a little too far inside. That'll make it 1-0.
Yeah, Luke Mann, another big kid, 6'2", 210 pounds. Got to see him swinging a little bit.
1-0 delivery.
There it is.
Across the plate for a strike. Evens it up 1-1. Of course, the big story on Tuesday night, not only did LSU win the Wally Pontiff Jr. Classic 8-4, but Ty Floyd was really the story leaving that game. A lot of fans talking about it not only Tuesday night afterwards, but Wednesday. Here's a line drive smack, base hit into right field off the bat of Mann, a 2-out single. We'll get a runner aboard for Mizzou as Mann picks up his 30th hit of the season. And as I mentioned, everybody in this lineup will tend to try and steal bases. Mann 4 for 4 in stolen bases this year. And at the plate will come Torrin Montgomery, the first baseman.
Yeah, this is their dude. The leader with a .351 average. He has 10 doubles and 30 RBIs. Also a big man. 6'3", 230 pounds.
First pitch from Hilliard. Strike at the letters. Surprises Montgomery a little bit. Gives a look back to Morris Hodges Jr., our home plate umpire tonight. Hank Himmonen down at first. David Brown at second base. And Alfredo Burkeen down the line at third. Mann will take a short lead initially off the first base bag with Morgan holding him on. 2 outs, top of the first. Pitch to Montgomery. Misses high with a fastball, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. But Ty Floyd was electric. Really leaned on the breaking ball. We've been asking him how that development was coming. He looked good in Starkville against Mississippi State, although a small sample size, 1 inning of work. But he did have the breaking ball going in that outing. And last night he had the get me over curve. He had the hard curve for the strikeout. And he set up a lot of batters with breaking balls to come back with the 92, 93 mile an hour heater. There's a swing and a miss on a breaking pitch to Montgomery, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, he's got the induced vertical break fastball, one of the best in the SEC. And we've always said it's not really the fastball that's the problem. It's the fact that he didn't have something else to go to. So that is great news. But even better news, Mikael Hilliard just left a curveball up, and Montgomery didn't really know what to do with it. Let's see if he can throw a good one down and away here.
The 1-2 fouled off. Montgomery stays alive. Another Rotolo's foul ball.
If you look over at Trey Morgan right now, it looks like the infield's in the shadows, but Morgan is literally in the crease of the sunlight, and he's having to hold up his bare hand just to keep that sun out of his eyes. It is just sneaking through the bleachers. Check that out.
Morgan has his bare hand up, holding the runner on at first as Hilliard comes set. Montgomery at the plate. Here's the 1-2, and a breaking ball outside. Travinsky able to glove it. Evens a count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Let's get your game day weather report brought to you by AccuTemp. Chance of power outages never. Get a whole home generator from AccuTemp. Keep the power in your hands. Very comfortable evening here in the capital city. Game time temperature 80 degrees. Breeze blowing right to left towards the scoreboard in left center field. We'll stay in the mid-70s all evening. The 2-2 with the runner going. It's lifted up in the air by Montgomery. Right center field. Pearson makes the call for it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3, and that'll do it for Mizzou. They get no runs, 1 hit. They leave that 1 man on. We played a half inning here at the box. No score. LSU coming to the plate. Pearson, Cruz, and Berry when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network. No score after a half inning. Missouri left a man stranded after Luke Mann delivered a 2-out single, but that's all they would muster. Time now for LSU to get to the plate for the first time tonight. Josh Pearson will lead it off. Pearson on Tuesday in the leadoff spot went 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Jay Johnson asked after the game about that move. He said, hey, Pearson always gets a quality at bat. Whether it's getting on base, whether it's delivering a hit, he's been able to really get into a groove in his freshman campaign. Felt like having him atop the order, followed by, of course, Cruz, Berry, Doty, and then moving Trey Morgan, who's such an excellent hitter, opposite field, pull hitter, line drive hitter, never gets cheated on punishing a baseball. Gives him a chance to have an at-bat with runners on base, possibly in scoring position. So Pearson again for the second straight game will lead things off for LSU. Freshman out of West Monroe, a left-hander awaits. First delivery, missing a little low. The fastball from Spencer Miles, again the junior right-hander. He's had tough luck in SEC play. He's got a 2-3 record. Again, that ERA at 6.3. There's a strike on the inside corner. Comes back with a fastball at 94, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, but you can't really let that fool you. He had back-to-back good outings against South Carolina and Tennessee.
There's a beautiful breaking pitch. He dropped the speed to 76. Right in on the hands across the inside corner. It's 1-2.
That said, Kentucky banged him up pretty good last week. He went 5 innings, allowed 12 hits. 8 runs.
Here's the 1-2 to Pearson. Got him to chase it outside. Ball got away from Coletta, but the catcher will pick it up, throw down to first. And Miles will record his first punch out. And there's 1 gone here in the bottom of the first inning. And Pearson would love to have that swing back. Just got fooled on the off speed, way outside the zone. And now we'll see Dylan Cruz. Cruz on Tuesday, 1 for 5. Of course, drove in 2 runs when the Cajuns were trying to work the shift defensively to the left side of the infield. Nothing but wide open spaces between first and second, and as good as he is with a bat, he just put it through there, rocketed a single to right to score 2 runs. That'll first pitch, a called strike, another breaking ball in the outside corner. It's 0-1 to Cruz.
Cruz was 4 for 13 last week at Arkansas.
Swing and a miss, chased the breaking ball down and away, and it's 0-2.
308, hitting 338 on the year. And looking for double-digit home runs.
The 0-2 pitch. Fastball at 95. Outside and low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fans Tabasco sauce, been exciting taste buds for over 150 years. Bring the heat to your next game day with Tabasco sauce. Stays away from the slider that misses outside and evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Missouri playing pretty much straight up on the infield here against the right-handed hitting Cruz. Pitch from Miles, another fastball at 96. This one misses above the letters, and after falling behind 0-2, it's now a full count.
A little extra mustard on that one.
Miles working quickly. Payoff delivery. Breaking ball and a slow grounder to third. Luke Mann will pick it up. Glove side and then throw to first in time to record out number 2. Cruz retired on the 5-3 ground out. And we'll see Jacob Berry, who again will bat from the left side here against the right-handed hurler. Berry batting .354, leads the Tigers so far on the season, both overall and SEC contests. No surprise there. Expected to be a great hitter for Coach Jay Johnson when he transferred in. With 2 down, Miles, first pitch, fastball, scoots him off the plate, misses inside, touches 97 on the radar gun. And it's 1-0. He's just steadily getting higher. Expected to see mid to possibly upper 90s early, but the scouting report says that velo will drop fairly quickly as Berry launches one foul down the line into the seats to the left. A Rotolo's foul ball evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
You might be curious, where would you be in the SEC at this point in the year, hitting .354? The answer is 8th overall.
The 1-1. Off speed, missed the outside corner. Good eye by Berry. Make it 2 balls, 1 strike. The right side of the defense, Nander DeSatos, the second baseman, and Torrin Montgomery playing back deep at first and second to the left-handed hitter as he drives one to right field, giving chase is Lovich, but he'll have no play. It finds its way into the diamond deck, and the Tigers take a 1-0 lead as Jacob Berry goes yard, his 11th home run of the year.
I was just about to say 10 home runs doesn't get you in the top 10, but 11 sure does. So now Jacob Doty tied in the top 10 with his 11th home run of the year. That one traveled 371 feet into the Community Coffee Diamond Deck.
So Berry gives the Tigers an early lead, and it comes with 2 outs in the inning. And we'll see Cade Doty now get a chance to bat here, the opening frame of the ball game.
Oh, got out of here in a hurry.
Yeah, Lovich made a couple of slow moves towards the fence and right and said, nah, I'll save the energy. There's a strike to Doty. Fastball just above the belt, and it's 0-1. Cade on Tuesday night, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Added another RBI to his ledger on the year. The 0-1. Did he go around? Bell appeal down to first. Hank Himmonen says no, and it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Doty struggled in Fayetteville, 2 of 11 at the plate, but he wasn't alone in that Tiger lineup. The 1-1. Soft breaking ball over the plate. Gets Miles ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
No, only 3 guys hit 300. Stevenson, Cruz, and Berry. Everyone else below 200 last week in Arkansas.
Miles comes back with a fastball. Up in the zone. Doty stays away, and that'll even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. By the way, Jacob Berry again pulled that home run to right field. The breeze had stopped a little, but still had to hit it into the teeth of the wind to get it out of here, and got it out of here quick time fashion. Foul ball off the bat of Doty, keeps it 2-2. Spencer Miles looks in, gets the sign from Mike Coletta behind the plate. And the 2-2, a little foul off the end of the bat. Doty battling here, still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fans, J&J Exterminating. It's that time of the year, your best defense against pests, so get the shield. The 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Here's the 2-2. Got him to chase the fastball upstairs. Swing and a miss. Doty down on strikes, and that'll do it for LSU. However, they get on top of Missouri with 1 swing of the bat. Jacob Berry, his 11th home run of the season. 1 run on 1 hit. Nobody left on. We go to the top of the second here at the box. 1-0 LSU on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Cintas has all the all-star services for your business needs. Everything from uniforms to kitchens and restroom solutions. Get ready for the workday with Cintas. Fox Liam, the DH, going to lead it off for Missouri. They trail LSU early here as we move to the top of the second inning. 1-0 on a Jacob Berry solo home run. Here's a breaking pitch from Hilliard. Liam couldn't stay away. Half-hearted swing, and it's 0-1. Hilliard, the 0-1 delivery. Off speed, catches the outside corner at 75. Liam couldn't do much with that. He stayed away and he falls behind 0-2. Liam started his career at Coastal Carolina, former Chanticleer, now playing in the SEC for Mizzou. Here's the 0-2 breaking ball launched in the air to right field. Pearson will have to give chase. Pick it up with a backhand on the warning track. Turn the throw, going to be behind the second base bag, and Liam head first slide. He's in with a leadoff double, and Missouri here in the second inning get the leadoff man aboard on a sharply hit double to right field.
Yep, you had an 0-2 breaking ball, left it way too much over the plate. You got to bounce that one. They're obviously looking for the spin there. And if Mikhail Hilliard could have bounced that somewhere around the back foot of that left-handed hitter, I think it would have been a much different outcome. A stake pitch there from Hilliard.
So Missouri with a potential tying run in scoring position down at second base. We'll see the catcher now, Mike Coletta. One of three seniors in the lineup for Coach Beazer. Again, in his sixth season. Last year, very disappointed. He talked about it in the offseason. Again, they come in with a 5-10 mark, but he feels like they're playing much better, much more competitive than a year ago. Pitch to Coletta on its way. Stayed away, and he misses outside from Hilliard. 1-0.
Yeah, Coletta with a respectable average back there, 269.
Catcher bats from the right side. Hilliard going to come set. He'll give a peek back to second and bring it to the plate. And the 1-0 misses high with a fastball and moves the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Coletta comes to Missouri by way of Connors State Community College. Hails from Flushing, New York. 2-0 pitch. Again, rides in high. Now 3-0 to the Mizzou catcher.
Yeah, the thing about it is none of those pitches really miss close. They were nowhere close.
3-0 the count. Liam takes a lead off second. Now the 3-1 showing bunt. Pitch was a little up and in, but Coletta going to be ruled for a strike. That'll make it 3-1. So Missouri, again, the type of team that not going to be able to just come in here and get multiple extra base hits and home runs. They got to find a way to get on board, move runners over, and run them in. So the Tigers expecting to see a few sac bunts laid down tonight. Berry will move in just off the infield cut at third as the 3-1 comes in. Strike on the inside corner. Coletta that time kept the bat on his shoulder, and that'll fill the count 3-2. So now Hilliard trying to climb the ladder here. Giving up the leadoff double. Nobody out in the top of the second.
Yeah, I don't think they were ever thinking about bunting. I think they were more just trying to bluff with a 3-0 count, distract Mikhail Hilliard.
Hilliard now looks in, comes set. Payoff pitch from the right-handers. Fouled off by Coletta to stay alive. Still 3-2. Fans, if you want a little fun, then play Sapphire Sevens from the lottery. You could win up to $20,000. Just stop in at any lottery retailer, pick up Sapphire Sevens today for your chance to win up to 20 grand. Get your shine on. Must be at least 21 to purchase. Nobody out. Runner at second. LSU up 1-0. Hilliard, another payoff pitch and hammered up the middle, base hit. Liam coming around third. He'll be waved in. The throw going to be cut off. And an RBI single off the bat of Coletta going to tie the game at 1-all. 9th RBI of the season for the Mizzou catcher. But again, a pitch up in the zone over the plate. And he just swatted it right back up the middle.
Yeah, it's disappointing because this was a great opportunity for a shutdown inning for Mikhail Hilliard, which is so important as a starting pitcher. Your team goes out there and gives you a run. That very next inning is the one that it means the most to hold them to no runs. So Hilliard not executing now. First with the 0-2 pitch that was hit for a double down the right field line to lead off the inning. And then there he had to work it back to 3-2. But remember, he fell behind 3-0 in that at bat.
Second baseman Nander DeSatis, a left-hander, will stand in. First Hilliard going to toss over. Keep an eye on Coletta.
DeSatis with a salty average, 346 on the year. He has 23 starts under his belt as well.
Transferred in, former Seminole of Florida State. Switching the ACC for the SEC. There's a strike at the letters from Hilliard to make it 0-1. Coletta will take a lead off of first. You might ask, is the catcher a steal threat? Well, he's 1 for 1 on the year, as this one's bounced foul down the first base line. 0-2. DeSatis now behind in the count. DeSatis 2 for 4 last weekend in the series win over the Kentucky Wildcats at home. Bats for the first time tonight, behind in the count, 0-2. Fastball from Hilliard just missed the outside corner. Again, DeSatis with a good eye stayed away. Hilliard trying to get him to chase on an 0-2 count. Not a bad 0-2 pitch, but now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hilliard comes set. Glances over to first. Now the 1-2 lifted in the air to left field, but right at Stevenson. Had to take in a couple of steps, but comes right towards the glove. Perfectly hit to the Tiger left fielder off the bat of DeSatis, and that'll record out number 1, the first out here in the top of the second in a tied game, 1-1.
Yeah, and really another mistake there from Hilliard. Again, ahead 2 with 2 strikes. That pitch that you do throw, if they hit it, it can't be hit very hard. That ball was right over the outer third, might have been right down the middle. And he was trying to hit the outside corner.
Brings up the center fielder, Ty Wilmsmeyer, out of Springfield, Missouri. Runner at first, and the first delivery misses outside. Breaking ball from Hilliard makes it 1-0. Wilmsmeyer, a junior. 2 previous seasons for Coach Beezer as a Mizzou baseball player. The 1-0. Fouled off the top of the plate. Rolls behind Travinsky. Foul ball makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. Wilmsmeyer 2 for 8 this past weekend in that Kentucky series. Again, Missouri much more successful at home. They are 0 for 6 in 6 tries. They've yet to pick up a win away from Columbia, Missouri. The 1-1. Breaking ball up in the zone. Going to be hit high in the air. Foul down the first base line, and will catch the overhang out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lost 3 to Tennessee and Knoxville, and 3 to the Commodores of Vanderbilt. Only played 2 series thus far on the road. Coming into their 3rd road series against LSU this weekend. Missouri 1 run on 3 hits so far. They've got a runner at first with just 1 out. Wilmsmeyer awaits, and the 1-2 is a fastball missing high, 2-2.
Wilmsmeyer has 1 home run on the year, Chris. It came in the opening night.
Hilliard from the stretch, fires right back up the middle. Comebacker handled by
work.
Hilliard. He'll throw a line drive and then throw to Morgan. They'll double up Mizzou, and that will end it. Quick hands by Hilliard. A line drive, he gloves it. They got Coletta hung up between first and second. He just stopped as Morgan took the throw and stood on the bag. But Missouri, one run. They tied the game up on 3 hits. It's a 1-1 ball game. Bottom of the second coming up. Tigers come to the plate. Morgan, Thompson, and Joe Bear when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Bottom of the second inning. Alec Box Stadium, game 1 Thursday night. Mizzou and LSU tied up at 1 run apiece. Tigers bat for the second time this evening. Trey Morgan will lead it off. Right-hander Miles fires the first pitch, and Morgan jumps on it but fouls it towards the seats and left, out of play. And it's 0-1. Morgan trying to improve. Last weekend struggled as well. 2 of 12 with a run scored against Arkansas. Again, moved to 5th in the lineup. Went 1 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI on Tuesday in the win over Louisiana Lafayette. This one a cold strike at the knees as Morgan bailing out of the box, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, Morgan at 370 last year in the SEC. A little bit different this year, 254 at this point.
The 0-2, kind of a check swing, protective swing on a pitch inside. He got a piece and it bounces foul towards the third base dugout. And it is still no balls and 2 strikes to Trey Morgan. But Jay Johnson really told us in the dugout, brought to you by National Trench Safety, that he feels like this may be the spot to get him going. 5th in the lineup as he launches this one towards the alley in right center field. Everybody going to give chase. It's going to come off the wall. Morgan easily stands in with a leadoff double. And that's the way to get it going. As we said, he looked really good batting 5th in the order here tonight as he picks up his 11th double of the year.
Yeah, and mind you, that was into the teeth of the wind. And you can't hit it much deeper to the ballpark than that ball. It's got to be around 395 feet. Bounced short off the warning track right up against the wall, and a stand-up double for Trey Morgan answers that double that for the leadoff batter in the top of this second inning for Missouri.
Jordan Thompson, another Tiger hitter. He's been sitting down in the bottom of the lineup most of the season. He went 1 for 10 last weekend, although did bring out the boomstick on Tuesday night. Had a 2-run homer to give LSU the lead, re-give them the lead. His 4th home run of the season. So Spencer Miles taking a little time here, as is Mike Coletta, the catcher. Now he'll crouch down and we'll get set to go. Thompson digs in. The right-handed hitter, batting .286 on the year.
286 overall, hitting .255 in SEC play.
Morgan takes his lead off second. Spencer Miles to the plate. The fastball missing low to Thompson. 1 ball, no strikes. Say this for Thompson this season. His average, as we said, 286, 250 against SEC pitching, but still batting .306 with runners in scoring position. Tigers did a very good job Tuesday night getting them on and then bringing them in. As this pitch misses high, another fastball from Miles. That'll make it 2-0.
Scouting report on Miles was a touch off. Fastball was 91 to 95 on the scouting report, but we've seen some gusts up to 97 miles an hour.
Miles the 2-0. Again misses. This time breaking pitch misses high and outside. It's ball 3 to Thompson.
Don't expect to see Thompson swing at this, but we've been surprised before. I think with the wind blowing like it is out to left center field, I'd let him take a cut at it.
3-0 pitch.
Nope.
Take is on. The breaking ball in for a strike, or fastball rather. It's 3-1. Thompson's aboard by walk this season 20 times. Of course, only been hit by 4 pitches this season, which seems like a low number compared to his teammates. Runner at second, nobody out. The 3-1 pitch down in the dirt, ball 4. That'll be base on balls 21, handed to Jordan Thompson on the year. And that'll put runners first and second.
Which, you know, is interesting. It has him tied for the team lead with K. Doty, those 21 walks, and he has about 25 less at bats.
So the Tigers got something, little something going here. Nobody out. 2 men on. And we'll see Braden Jobert. Here's a young guy who, again, was almost totally instrumental in that series win at Florida. First road series in SEC play earlier this season when the Tigers took 2 of 3. But over the last 2 weekends, he has struggled at the plate. The average dropped down to 275. Hit the ball well in Starkville. Just hit it right at the Mississippi State defense. Not the case this past weekend. Had trouble. Again, I believe one of his last 21, somewhere in that neighborhood, at the plate on Tuesday. He was 0 for 1, did get aboard and scored 2 runs.
10 home runs, 120 at bats. He's hitting 1 every 12 at bats. That's what you're looking for with this guy.
Got a chance here to break a tie game 1-1. Morgan off of second. Thompson with good wheels off of first. Miles pitch. Ground ball. Near second base, going to be picked up by DeSatis, and as he tossed it to shortstop Josh Day, too much on it on the underhand, and Day couldn't hold on. It gets away from him. Everybody's safe first, second, and third. Again, it was a great play by DeSatis just to get to it. Got the backhand pick, but just had he was so close to the bag, he couldn't decide if he wanted to overhand it or underhand it, and he kind of sidearmed it, and Day couldn't hold on. Yeah,
I still think Day's got to at least come up with that play at second base. Maybe not a double play ball. It was just hitting a bad spot for it, but tough for Missouri. They're going to have to bring the infield in now with no outs. Nope, the middle's going to stay back.
So we'll see Hayden Travinski bat for the first time tonight.
First base, the only one in on the grass. Everyone else played about midway.
Wind is certainly an asset to Travinski, who watches the first pitch. Breaking ball drop in at the knees. 0-1. 5 home runs on the season. Tyler McManus the last several games getting the start behind the plate. Travinski getting the nod tonight. Still waiting for Alex Milazzo. Had a setback a couple of weeks ago. Still yet to return to the lineup.
We talked about it. It's 5 home runs and 43 at bats. Again, 1 every 8 at bats or so, and a perfect win and a great situation for Travinski to drive one out of the yard here.
The 0-1 pitch. A little swing and a foul off maybe the foot or the plate. It rolls up the third base line. Foul, and it's 0-2. This inning brought to you by AccuTemp. Don't let AC or heater outages keep you on the bench this year. Just text home run to 31996. Get your Tiger tune-up. AccuTemp Services, proud partner of LSU Athletics. Morgan led off with a double to the alley in right center, followed by a walk to Thompson. Joe Bear with a single up the middle, infield single. Stravinsky pops this one up, foul behind home plate. Coletta going to give it a look, but it will catch the overhang out of play and keep the count 0-2.
Well, a home run would obviously be the best outcome, but it's 0-2. So next you're looking for something hit into the outfield, preferably a long fly ball if you're going to take an out. But what you can have is a swing and a miss or a fly ball in the infield.
Stravinsky will dig back in. Tigers have the bases loaded, nobody out, in a tie game 1-1. Spencer Miles in a little bit of trouble here, to say the least. The 0-2, the breaking ball, and just fouling it again off the front of the plate, and again slow rolls up the third base line. Will keep it 0-2 for Hayden. Fans get low rate long-term financing right now on powerful Kubota tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. All you have to do is visit LSU-KubotaDealers.com for your nearest Kubota dealer. Test drive a Kubota today. Tigers with a solo home run from Jacob Berry in the first inning, took a 1-0 lead. Mizzou would answer with an RBI single off the bat of Coletta to tie it in the top of the second. 1-1. Bases juiced up. The 0-2 to Travinski. The fastball misses off the outer half. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's a good take there. They tried to climb the ladder. Travinski able to lay off. Not easy to do after you see a couple breaking balls in a row.
See what Miles offers here. From the belt, the 1-2. Stays away from the breaking pitch that dropped down. It's 2-2.
Another great take there from Travinski, a pitcher's pitch. I'm sure Miles has had many swings and misses at that offering.
Coach Jay Johnson, he's talked about Travinski again, as you pointed out, just 43 previous at-bats, but he's had some really key walks where he has stayed away from garbage pitches. The 2-2, chopper towards third, going to be handled by Luke Mann. He will throw home to Coletta. They'll get the force to get Morgan for out number 1. On the fielder's choice, Travinski will arrive safely, a little frustrated with himself there. Wanted to do more than the bouncing ground ball to third. But again, with just 1 out, we'll see Josh Stevenson and the freshman now with an opportunity. Became the everyday left fielder over the weekend 2 weeks ago in Starkville. Impressive average, 292 coming into tonight, 24 previous at-bats. Driven in a couple of runs, 2 doubles. Drawn 9 walks and has struck out 10 times. Again, he'll have the bases loaded here. First delivery. Fastball misses inside at the knees. 1-0. Thompson now at third. Joe Bear with a single is at second base. Travinski on the fielder's choice is at first. Spencer Miles taking his time, looks in. Now will come set. Righty on lefty matchup to Stevenson at the plate. Here's the 1-0. Misses inside. Make it 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, this is what you're looking for. Righty lefty matchup, 2 balls, no strikes. Stevenson's going to be working early here, which means he should lay off breaking balls and fastballs away and just look for something in the middle to drive.
Miles gets the sign. From the belt, the 2-0. Strike on the inside corner. He finally got the inner black. 2-1.
That was a good take down below the knees. Not a whole lot Stevenson would have been able to do with that one.
Still ahead in the count is Stevenson, 2-1. Good crowd on hand here for Thursday's start to this series. Expecting maybe tomorrow night, 6:30 start, maybe a bigger crowd on Friday night. 2-1 to Stevenson. Ground ball, diving. DeSatis knocks it down. Flips to Day. The relay to first in time, and Missouri this time
They're going to review that one.
gets the twin killing, but immediately Jay Johnson out there asking for a review. Similar play we saw earlier where DeSatis and Day couldn't connect. That time, not as far over for DeSatis to get to the ground ball. He made the easy flip. But again, beating Stevenson to first base on the throw, we will see if that indeed will stand. So we'll go under review, official review, brought to you by Acme Oyster House. As Jay Johnson now comes out saying, guys, I asked for you to review it. Now they're meeting at home plate. Now 2 of the members of the umpiring crew, including Morris Hodges Jr., will go and take a look at it. So we will find out. Doug, without seeing the first replay, your thoughts?
I think that he was safe, and what made the play easier actually for the DeSantis, the second baseman, was the ball was hit harder. I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but earlier in the inning, the ball off the bat of, who was it? Joe Bear? That wasn't hit very hard, so it was a tough play for those 2 guys to handle in the middle, but that ball got to the second baseman very quickly, and he had to throw it from his knees. We'll see the replay in slow-mo here. My call was safe. I don't know. I don't know if you can be much closer than that.
Ooh.
I mean, we've seen this so many times that now I'm saying he's probably out.
Looked like the ball was clearly in the webbing.
It was in the webbing. I'm not sure if it was touching the leather yet as the spikes hit the base. It's one of those that is as close can be.
Well, again, the umpiring crew still with the headset on, left of home plate, discussing it with collaborative replay. Again, Stevenson quickly looked to the dugout immediately. Again, it was such a bang-bang play in real time. I can't say that I blame him. Jay Johnson also looking from the dugout, first base side, decided to come out quickly, ask for the review. And this one's taking a little bit of time. They need indisputable video evidence to overturn the call, which initially was ruled a double play out at first base. So
Mark Wanaka, the first base coach, also immediately was reacting. But look, I mean, it's the end of the inning. The bases are loaded. I think that the thing to do here is to call for the review one way or another. But it literally couldn't be much closer. The problem is, Chris, they're going to have to reverse the call in the Tigers' favor, and I'm not sure, at least the replay that we saw, I'm not sure there's enough to overturn the call on the field.
Again, it's taking a while. You know what they say when the jury is out for a long period of time. And this review taking a little longer than the average the SEC would like to see. They're still talking it over. Now it looks like they're done. And the ruling.
Wow.
They'll say the play stands. Double play ends it for LSU. They threaten. No runs on 2 hits, and they leave 3 men on. It's still a tie game somehow. Spencer Miles wiggles off the hook in the bottom of the second inning. We head to the top of the third. Mizzou comes to the plate when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network. 1-1 our score. Missouri 1 run on 3 hits. LSU 1 run on 3 hits. Tigers missed an opportunity in the bottom of the second inning with bases loaded. Able to wiggle out of that, did Missouri, and starting pitcher Spencer Miles looked prime for a huge inning offensively for LSU, but the twin killing 4-6-3 ends it for the Tigers. And we'll see the right fielder Ross Lovich at the bottom of the order lead things off here for Missouri. Mikael Hilliard back out there, starts his 3rd inning of work. This will be his 35th pitch of the night. And it comes to the plate, strike at the belt, inside corner. It is 0-1. Military salute tonight. Brigadier General Carolyn Peltz O'Shaughnessy, an LSU distinguished alum and member of the U.S. Army and Army Reserves, honored between innings. Thank you for your service. The 1-1 drops in low from Hilliard. Make it 1-1. Lovich batting .270 in the lineup for Coach Beazer. Again, Perry, third base, just off the infield grass. 1-1 to the left-handed hitter is fouled off, comes off the bat, comes off the top of the helmet of Travinsky, and it's 1-2. Tomorrow's game 2, 6:30 first pitch. Early start on Saturday to finish up the series, coming at high noon. 1-2 delivery, swing and a miss. That time brought the fastball, challenged Lovich, and Mikael Hilliard picks up the punch out, his first of the night. Presented by Super One Foods, great quality at super low prices. So several breaking balls, and then eventually Hilliard says, see if you can hit the fastball. That time Lovich was unable to do so. 1 away, and back to the top of the order in Josh Day. Day flied out to right field his first time up. Again, as we mentioned, to start the ball game, Day's one of those leadoff hitters. If you let him get aboard, he can cause some trouble. Hails out of Natchez, Mississippi. First pitch from Hilliard. Missing low, ball 1. Tied for second on the team in stolen bases, 7 of 9 on the year. Wilmsmeyer, the center fielder, 7 for 8. Here's the 1-0. Strike at the letters. Evens it up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The first strikeout tonight for Mikael Hilliard, number 220 of his career. On a night that he's looking for career win number 20.
The 1-1 pitch. Brought the fastball up. It's fouled off by Day. Rotolo's foul ball, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Listening to freshman pitcher Samuel Dutton earlier in the broadcast talking with Tigers, he was asked about what the staff, pitching staff, thinks of Mikael Hilliard. He said he's got much respect from everybody in that bullpen and in that dugout. The 1-2 fouled back again into the screen. Keeps it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Talked about his approach to the game, his approach to preparation, and just his confidence. You know, it's one of the things when you look at Samuel Dutton, the freshman who has really shown a lot of confidence as the Sunday or Game 3 starter in SEC play. He said he really takes a lot from Mikael Hilliard. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball and foul left of third base. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, smart kid. There's a lot to be taken from Mikael Hilliard again. Over 200 innings out there in the purple and gold, making his 35th career start tonight. And I heard him say that the staff has a lot of confidence that every time Mikael goes out there, he's going to get the job done. And that's pretty much what he does. Of course, there's an outing or 2 here and there, but that's the case for everyone.
Time called as Day will step out. Again, this will be the 39th pitch for Mikael Hilliard. The 1-2. Just missed the inside corner, maybe a tad high. Evens a count 2-2. Missouri 1 run on 3 hits. Able to touch up Hilliard for those 3 hits there in the top of the 2nd inning. But again, that type of fighter on the mound, he can eventually close it down, and he did. Here's the 2-2. A tapper foul again down the third base line. He picked up by Barry. He will toss a souvenir into the crowd. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes to the top of the order. Josh Day. Tiger fans, StubHub. The easiest way to experience every Tiger game. Just check the virtual view, score your seats, and get your tickets delivered instantly. StubHub, the official ticket marketplace of LSU Athletics. StubHub, be there. We're glad you're with us tonight. LSU Missouri, game 1 here at the box. 1 out in the top of the 3rd. Day not going away easily. Hilliard, breaking ball, and it's fouled towards the screen above the first base dugout. And now Day doing what good hitters do, Doug, and that's fight off. Eventually try to wait, get the pitch you can work with, or have the pitcher make a mistake.
I was going to say, that's about as defensive a swing as you can see. Day took that one right out of the catcher's mitt on the curveball. Hilliard just not able to find that seam to get strike 3.
Here's the 2-2 delivery. Look out. Speed ball up and in. That'll fill the count 3-2.
Important at bat right here, as Hilliard's pitch count is looking pretty good right now, but he needs a quick inning.
Day awaits. Here's the delivery from Hilliard. Ground ball, sharply hit, backhanded by Thompson at short. Used that rocket arm to fire to Morgan in time for out number 2. It was a battle, but Hilliard and the Tigers of LSU eventually win it to record the 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring up Trevor Austin to the plate. He grounded out on a slow bouncer to Trey Morgan back in the 1st inning.
At the plate for Missouri, outfielder Trevor Austin.
Austin out of Jefferson City, Missouri. About 45 minutes or so outside of Columbia.
Yeah, grounded out to Morgan in his first at bat.
First pitch. Breaking pitch in for a strike. 0-1. Hilliard waiting, ready to go. Austin, the right-handed hitter, stands in. McHale winds, and the 0-1 misses high. The fastball 1-1.
Like Travinsky got crossed up a little bit there.
Somebody might want to get the phone.
Yeah, it's ringing. You hear that?
Maybe an urgent phone call.
It's been a while since I've heard the old school phone ring like that.
And that is truly an old school phone.
My kids wouldn't know what that was. I think it was an alarm of some sort.
Class is out. Here's the 1-1.
Uh-oh.
Hammered to left field towards the wall. This one's going to play off the wall. Stevenson's got to wait on it, picks it up, and into second base goes Austin with a 2-out double for Missouri. Probably double number 5 on the year for the left fielder. And we'll get to Luke Mann. Mann picked up a base hit his first time up.
Yeah, he went to right field in his last at bat for a single. You really want this inning to end here. You don't want to have to face Torrin Montgomery, who is their most dangerous hitter. Hilliard can be aggressive, though, with a base open and 2 outs. He can stick to the off speed and stay away to Luke Mann.
Checks the runner at second, and the pitch towards the alley, left center field. Hanging up, Stevenson on the run. Stevenson reaches up and again can't hold on to it. Picked up by Cruz. 1 run in, sliding into third. The throw coming in, and underneath the tag is Mann with an RBI triple. Launched deep to left center field. Stevenson gave it a valiant effort, made a reach for it. Eventually came off the man to meet sign, and Dylan Cruz had to bring it back in. He made that throw with 1 foot on the track, and again, Looks like we're going under review here on the tag.
They're going to review that tag at third base. You know what? That was a really tough play from Stevenson. I think if he had to do over again, he would take a little bit different of an angle out there to left center field. Not saying even with a better angle he would have made that catch, because, again, this flag is stretched out about as tight as it's been to left center field. So not only was that ball hit hard, Chris, but the wind just kept carrying it out to left center field. Off the bat, I honestly thought that it was going to be a can of corn fly ball and maybe deeper left center field, but that ball kept going. And again, as you mentioned, a valiant effort from Stevenson, but the ball, the speed of the ball off the bat and the wind, the combination right there, just a little bit too much for the Tigers.
Again, the throw coming into Barry.
What'd you see there?
The ruling on the field was he was safe at third, was Luke Mann, but Barry came up immediately and said, I got him. Go to the replay, and again, it looks like the ball arrives there. It's a little behind the third base bag. Barry will take it, then have to kind of whiff over the tag. Looks like he got him on maybe the rib cage before his hands got on the bag. So Barry certainly has a case. We'll see if the video evidence will be enough to overturn it. This will be another official review presented by Acme Oyster House. Again, LSU making the challenge, which, again, this will be their second challenge here.
Oh, here's a good view. Ooh, I don't know, Chris. That hand might have got right underneath the shin there. It's hard to tell, but, oh, I don't know.
They're going to say safe. So Mann will stay at third base. The Tigers again lose out on a challenge. And with 2 outs, Missouri, by the way, taking the lead 2-1 on the RBI triple to left center field.
Yep, that's painful, and Hilliard up to 52 pitches now. And we will have a mound discussion as Jay Johnson makes his way out to talk it over with Hilliard.
He's on his way off the top deck of the first base dugout, and you can see some bodies moving down in the Tiger dugout. Again, nobody out in the bullpen, certainly not throwing, nobody even out there at the moment, but it looks like they're putting together some gear, maybe headed that way as Jay Johnson takes a little time here, break up some of the rhythm for Mizzou, scoring the run with 2 outs. Talk to his veteran right-hander. They're having a conversation along with the Tiger infield. Gives me a chance to let you know Super One Foods has super low prices on all your game day favorites, so up your grocery game and score big with Super One Foods. Let's pause 10 seconds as well for station identification. This is Fighting Tiger Baseball on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Back with you inside the Caesar Sportsbook broadcast booth here at Alex Box Stadium, along with Doug Thompson and our producer Elijah Villarreal. Chris Blair, happy to have you with us. Right now, Missouri has just taken the lead. It was tied 1-1 going into the top of the third. But a little 2-out magic for Mizzou gives them the lead as Luke Mann delivered a triple to left center field. And that'll bring up Torrin Montgomery again for the second time tonight, with Mann standing down at third base. Hilliard's first pitch. There's the bender in on the inside corner, called strike 0-1.
Yeah, and I guarantee you the word execution was mentioned when Jay Johnson went out to the mound to talk it over with Mikael Hilliard. It was a one-on-one conversation with Hilliard and Jay Johnson, and Hilliard, just a couple mistakes there led to a double and a triple with 2 quick outs. That's what hurts the most.
The 0-1 to Montgomery. Ground ball. Wormburner on the ground, picked up by Thompson. He'll sling it to first in time for out number 3. But Missouri gets some damage. 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1 man on. They take a 2-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the third. LSU coming to the plate. Top of the order, Pearson, Cruz, and Berry when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network. LSU comes to the plate, bottom of the third inning. They trail for the first time tonight, 2-1 to Missouri here in game one. Missouri able to scratch a run across in the top of the third inning, a double, followed by a triple with 2 outs in the inning. Take the lead. LSU led early 1-0 on a Jacob Berry solo home run. Pearson will lead it off. First pitch a mile high into the air down the line in left. Giving chase but running out of room is left fielder Trevor Austin. It'll head into the seats out of play, and it's 0-1 to Pearson. Berry had the solo home run. It was a 1-0 LSU lead after 1 inning. Missouri gets some men on. RBI single, scores a run to tie the game 1-1. Then again, double followed by a triple with 2 outs. The difference in this game, Missouri, by the way, 2 runs on 5 hits. Tigers 1 run on 3 hits. Here's the 0-1 to Pearson from Miles, and the fastball in on the hands, catches the inside corner, and it's 0-2 now to Pearson. Pearson, by the way, strikeout victim. Chased an off-speed pitch way outside in his first at bat. See what Miles offers. The 0-2. Pearson fights it off. It's a bouncer, but will eventually roll foul down the third base line. Keeps the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Pitch count only at 43 for Miles, who again's fastball has been much higher than anticipated. We thought it was going to be 91 to 95. It's been more like 93 to 97. I would say would be more accurate.
Well, no surprise, game 1 of this series. Typically, Jay Johnson wants to extend the game 1 starter. As the 0-2 comes into Pearson, sharply hit ground ball, but right at DeSatis, the second baseman. He'll come up firing to Montgomery in time for out number 1. Pearson retired on the 4-3 ground out. But as you mentioned, Doug, pitch count getting a little elevated after the second and third innings for Mikhail Hilliard. But right now it's his game. Nobody in the bullpen, nobody loosening, and they're going to try to get as much out of him as they can. And here's a guy in Hilliard who on occasion has given up hits and has given up runs, but has kept the game and gotten better as the game went along.
And that's what makes him great, his ability to compete deep into games. He's up to 54 pitches now. If you remember last inning, after 2 outs.
Strike to Dylan Cruz on the outside corner, makes it 0-1.
I said this is great because he's in a position to get in and out pretty quick to keep that pitch count under 45. But just not able to hang on with 2 outs. His hat came off. That should be a balk. Did you see that?
Yeah, pitch missed high, 1-1.
Wow. I mean, like, the hat didn't come off after he threw it, which normally happens. The hat came off like after the leg kick, and it was coming down as he was throwing the ball. That was filthy.
1-1 is a breaking ball. That's pretty filthy there. It's over for a strike. Cruz behind in the count, 1-2.
You got to work late here if you're Cruz. Just battle the fastballs off. Look for that off-speed pitch.
The 1-2. There comes the off-speed breaking ball, and they're going to roll. Cruz went around. He tried to stay away as it dropped down and away from the right-hander, but home plate umpire Morris Hodges Jr. didn't even need to ask the first base umpire. He ruled him out. And so
no, he checked out. He checked out, and they pumped him out at first base. But it looked to me like Cruz was able to hold his hands back. He held them right there to show him. So him and what is that? Him and
Files with his 3rd strikeout. That'll be Jacob Berry now, who got the Tigers on the board with the solo home run as the first pitch way inside. Gets away from Mike Coletta, rolls all the way to the first base dugout, and it's 1-0. Berry now with 11 home runs on the year. Again, the right side of the diamond defensively going to play deep. DeSatis, a good 5 feet on the right field grass, but it won't matter. There's a swing and a drive deep to right field. Back-to-back home runs and as many at-bats for Jacob Berry. It's number 12 on the year. And just like that, with 2 outs, again, Berry delivers and ties the game 2-2.
This guy, almost a carbon copy, 359 feet. Came off the bat at 99 miles an hour again to the Community Coffee Diamond deck. Chris, that couldn't have missed the seat that he hit in his first home run by more than 10 feet.
again. Just amazing power. That time pulled it to right field. Second time tonight. And that one, as you would say, was a no-doubter.
No-brainer.
They were trying to position the right side of the defense, looking for maybe enough room on a sharply hit ground ball, and as I said, it didn't matter. Nobody was going to get a chance to touch that. Now defensively, with Cade Doty standing in, they will institute the shift with 3 infielders left of second base. And the first pitch from Miles, a called strike. Still 94 on the fastball, and it's 0-1. Comes back with a heater, this time led her high, maybe outside corner. Doty a little surprised, LSU faithful a little surprised, but a called strike 2 puts Doty in a hole. 0-2. Miles ready to work. The 0-2 pitch, fastball swing and a miss. 95 on the heater. That's strikeout number 4 for Miles. But LSU gets what they needed for now. And it's Jacob Berry at the plate. And for the second time tonight, he takes it over the right field fence. 2-2 our score. 1 run on 1 hit. And the Tigers leave nobody on. We move to the top of the 4th inning. All tied. 2-2 with Missouri coming to the plate after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Two our score. LSU and Missouri battling here in game 1. Fox Liam will lead things off. Liam, the DH, awaits the first pitch from Hilliard. Off speed and off the plate, but a swing and a miss, and Liam falls behind 0-1. Partner, you said coming into the weekend, Jacob Berry 8th in the SEC when it comes to hitting the baseball. And well, he must have heard you, because in his first 2 at-bats tonight, he's decided to put 2 baseballs in the diamond deck and gives the Tigers 2 of their 4 hits and both of their runs. Here's a strike at the knees across the plate. 0-2 now to Liam.
Yeah, glad he showed up to the ballpark tonight.
Liam,
Another
by the way, had a double his first at bat. Second double by Missouri in tonight's game. 2 doubles and a triple so far. It's the 0-2 to Liam. Trying to get him to chase outside. He holds back. It's 1-2. Hilliard touching 90 with the fastball there.
Another chance here for some shutdown points for Mikhail Hilliard.
Liam, the left-hander, awaits. Hilliard, the right-hander, fires the 1-2. Ground ball. They had the shift on. Going to be handled as Doty playing at second base near the bag with Thompson playing in shallow right field. Doty will handle it. Nice play. Throws to first. Retires Liam. 1 gone.
Kind of a different shift there.
You've got your extreme shifts, which I typically refer to, for those listening, 3 infielders to the right or left of second base. And then you have the extreme shift, or maybe the really extreme shift, which is where Thompson, the shortstop, goes to shallow right field. And Doty stays near second base.
Where was Barry? At short?
Pretty much, yeah. We'll see Mike Coletta. Coletta had a base hit. Drove in a run when he was at the plate last time in the second to tie the game. First delivery misses from Hilliard. It's 1-0. Closed stance at the plate from the right side.
There we go.
There's a strike. Even it up 1-1.
Yeah, this is the spot of the lineup that Hilliard struggled through in that second inning. Pitched around a leadoff double to only allow 1 run in that inning.
Hilliard looks in, and the 1-1. That's the beautiful breaking ball. And he gets ahead 1-2. And that's really what's missed tonight. He's been able to deliver the get me over curve, but there's been a few mistake curveballs that's hung up in the zone. Coletta, one of those, to put the ball in play and arrive at first safely. See what Hilliard decides to do ahead in the count here. Setting up outside, Travinski, and the pitch is low. Did he go around? They'll appeal to first. Hank Himonen says no, and that'll even the count 2-2.
All right, here's where you got to execute. 2-2 pitch, the make it happen pitch. What the great Skip Bertman called this count. Don't want it to go any further. You got to throw him your best pitch in the best spot.
2-2. Again, down in the dirt. Travinski knocks it down. It rolls left of home plate, and it will fill the count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Mike Coletta. Talked about the scouting report on Spencer Miles with his fastball being having a little more velocity. The scouting report on Missouri was not a lot of extra base hits. They've turned it on its
There he
ear.
is.
And inside corner, called strike 3. Coletta didn't like it. He'll slowly make his way to the third base dugout, but Hilliard records the punch out. Second out of the inning. Second strikeout on the night. Brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices.
How about that 3-2 breaking ball?
That's where you have confidence in a veteran pitcher if you're Jason Kelly and obviously Jay Johnson. And Hilliard's been able to execute that a number of times in his career. With 2 outs, we'll see DeSatis, the second baseman, batting from the left side once again. There's a strike with a fastball to make it 0-1. So of the 5 hits tonight, Missouri so far, 2 doubles and a triple. But the game is tied 2-2. The 0-1 from Hilliard. Misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, if you remember back to DeSatis, his last at bat, he hit a screamer right at Stevenson in left field.
Hilliard set to deliver the 1-1 on its way. Again goes opposite field. This one will drop near the line in left. Stevenson having to move quickly, slides, picks it up. But DeSatis with a stand-up double with 2 outs. And again, both teams tonight doing their best work with 2 outs in the inning. Missouri does it again, a runner in scoring position. Potential go-ahead run as coming to the plate following DeSatis is Ty Wilmsmeyer, the center fielder.
Yeah, this is 3 out of 4 innings now. Such an astute observation that Missouri has had a base hit or better with 2 outs in the inning.
So DeSatis will take his lead. 3 for 4 in stolen bases. Not a huge lead as of yet off second base. Hilliard comes to the plate to Wilmsmeyer. Misses high and outside, ball 1.
Wilmsmeyer hit into the line drive double play back at Hilliard to end the second inning. All we need is a simple ground ball to second base to end this one.
1-0. Ground ball again right back to Hilliard. He'll gladly take it, toss it to Morgan. So Wilmsmeyer, for the second time, hits it to the pitcher. One in the air, this time on the ground. Same result, out number 3. That'll do it for Missouri. They go scoreless. 1 hit and 1 man left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th, tied 2-2. Your Fighting Tigers coming up. Morgan Thompson and Joe Bear when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Leading off the LSU 4th inning, first baseman, Trey Morgan.
Trey Morgan going to lead it off for LSU. A tie game, 2-2 as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Spencer Miles delivers, and the first pitch, a fastball low, and it's 1-0. Morgan had the double to the alley back in the 2nd inning. 1-0. Opposite field, mile high fly ball, shallow left coming in. Calling for it and making the grab is Trevor Austin for out number 1. So 1 away. Fans TJ Ribs, the official barbecue restaurant of LSU Athletics, proudly serving the greater Baton Rouge area. Their famous barbecue since 1986. TJ Ribs, the reason for ribs. Jordan Thompson now will come to the plate with 1 away. Jordan earned a walk, also left stranded there in the 2nd inning when the Tigers had the bases loaded. Came up empty-handed.
Yeah, again, it's team leading 21st walk of the year, which with about 20 less at bats. Whoa, that one's right back up the middle for a line drive single. First pitch he saw, he jumped all over that one, Chris.
Almost took the leg of Spencer Miles with it. Just got out of the way. Thompson punished that baseball. A 1-out single has him aboard here with Braden Joe Bear coming to the plate. A good sign. Braden 1 for 1 to start the game. Had a base hit right up the middle as well in his first at bat in the 2nd inning. He also was left stranded.
Interesting, they gave that a base hit. That was the play on the backhand by the second baseman when he was short on the flip to shortstop.
First delivery, bouncing ground ball right at first. Montgomery will pick it up. He'll throw down to second today. The return trying for 2 will not work. Joe Bear beats it out. High hop on the infield grass. Had a chance, we thought, to get over the head of Montgomery, but he's able to leap up, pull it down immediately through to second to get the lead runner. 2 gone.
Yeah, that was a nice play by the big guy. That one got on him quick. Couldn't quite turn it, but that ball was hit very hard.
Again, Joe Bear probably saved by that high hop. It's hit hard, but went into the air. Montgomery had to wait for it. We'll see Travinski come to the plate aboard on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd. The first delivery from Miles misses high, and Travinski had ideas but holds back. It's 1-0. Travinski put the ball in play. That was when they brought it home from third to get Morgan out at the plate. There's a fastball down the pike, evens it up 1-1. Wind picking up again, blowing briskly right to left, right towards Hayden Travinski's profile photo in the scoreboard. Runner at first, 2 down. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses outside, 2-1.
Yeah, this is the perfect moment. Seems like just a well hit fly ball. Maybe even to routine left field would have a chance to find the bleachers.
They have the shift on left of second base, 3 infielders. Pitch misses low. Now an even better opportunity with a hitter's count to Travinski, 3-1 with 2 outs. Runner at first. Miles has a decision to make. He'll get the sign quickly from Coletta behind the plate. The 3-1 down the middle for a strike. Gutsy pitch by Miles, and it's 3-2.
Kind of surprised to not see Travinski come unglued at that one.
So a 2 down, a runner at first, a payoff pitch coming, and it is missing for ball 4. Travinski again moved the bat slightly, but held back and earns a 2-out base on balls. First of the night given up by Spencer Miles. So the inning continues here, and Josh Stevenson comes to the plate. He hit into that double play. 4-6-3 to end it in the second inning with the bases loaded.
Yeah, Stevenson was 3 for 10 last week at Arkansas, hitting .280 coming into this at bat.
Time called. Mike Coletta checking into the dugout there, make sure he had the proper signs as they're communicating via radio and headset. He will now crouch back down behind the plate. Miles gets the sign, checks the runner at second, and the pitch to Stevenson. Breaking ball too far inside, 1-0. 2-2 our score, bottom of the 4th inning, and the Tigers threatening. Joe Bear at second, Travinski at first base. Stevenson, the freshman left fielder, at the plate. The 1-0 ground ball towards first. Handling it is Montgomery, and he will beat Stevenson to the bag for out number 3. The Tigers come up no runs, 1 hit, 2 men left on. To the top of the 5th we go. Missouri comes to the plate here at the box in a tie game, 2-2 in game 1 on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Fans H&E Equipment Services, the official construction equipment partner of LSU Athletics. For all of your rental needs, call 877-700-RENT or visit HERentals.com today. 2-2 ball game here, game one of this series. Ross Lovich leads it off, batting in the 9 spot, chases the ball down in the zone. And it's 0-1. Lovich, a strikeout victim to Hilliard his first time up. McHale with 2 punch-outs so far on the night. Pitch number 70 upcoming for the senior right-hander. The 0-1. Breaking ball, but misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Saw some movement down toward the bullpen in between innings. So far, it looks like just a couple bullpen catchers, maybe a pitcher or two.
1-1 pitch. Sent in the air to center field. Cruz going back. He'll have it for out number 1. So the fly ball out off the bat of Lovich. Again, Hilliard tonight been able to find, Doug, those quick 2 outs. Missouri's been able to make things happen with 2 outs in the inning. See if he can change that trend here in the top of the 5th. As the top of the order returns to the plate, Josh Day batting for the 3rd time.
Yeah, 4 or 5 times, 4 out of 5 innings, Mikael Hilliard has been able to retire the leadoff hitter.
So Day with a fly out to right. Ground out to Thompson at short. His last time up will stand in, now call for time.
Phone's ringing again.
Must be something important. Pitch from Hilliard. Breaking ball, ground ball, and snagged at third by Berry with a nifty play. He'll throw to first, right on target to Morgan for out number 2, and Jacob Berry will get a hand from the Tiger fans here at the box. Made some great plays in Fayetteville last weekend. A couple of nice showing of the glove on Tuesday, and a really tough play there that he made look easy. Going to his left and just reaching out with the glove and cleanly taking it off the ground ball. And with 2 down, we'll see Trevor Austin. Austin has one of the 2 doubles tonight for Mizzou. Doubled back in the 3rd. Hilliard fires, and a swing and a foul ball out of play right side. 0-1.
And Hilliard's got a chance here, Chris, to get right back into the swinging things in terms of the pitch count. He's up to 74 now.
The 0-1. Look out. Breaking ball didn't break enough. Barely missed Austin, who moves out of the way. 1-1.
And of course, you know the number we're looking for, right? Number of pitches per inning.
Here's the 1-1. There's a strike at the letters. Austin seemed a little surprised, backs out, but now Hilliard ahead 1-2. Nobody on, 2 outs. Tie game, and as Hilliard 1 strike away from again getting on track, getting tougher as the game goes deeper. Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss. He elevated the fastball. Down on strikes is Austin, who still is looking at how he missed that one. 3 up and 3 down for Missouri here in the top of the 5th inning. LSU comes to the plate, and again the top of the order due up. Pearson, Cruz, and Berry when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network. LSU again will have the top of the order due up. We move to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 2-2 ball game. Game 1, Missouri and LSU. Josh Pearson to lead it off as Spencer Miles delivers the first pitch. A fastball outside, 1-0. Pearson tonight at the top of the order. A strikeout victim in the first. Grounded out to DeSatos, the second baseman, his last time up in the 3rd inning. This one again misses outside. Ball 2-0.
Yeah, I mentioned Mikhail Hilliard's done a great job of getting that leadoff runner out. So has Mr. Miles.
The 2-0 down the middle for a strike. 2-1.
He's done it 3 out of 4 times. Gave up the leadoff double to start off the second to Trey Morgan.
2-1 delivery. A little too far inside that time. That'll make it 3 balls, 1 strike. The freshman Pearson. The 3-1 pitch. Hit high in the air to right center field. Coming over, Wilmsmeyer. And this one is going to be caught on the track as Wilmsmeyer able to keep it in the park. Good ride off the bat of Pearson. Yep. Just not far enough. Hit awfully hard, but it results in out number 1.
Yeah, it came off the bat well. I think he hit it right off the label underneath the barrel. Just didn't quite get the fat part of the bat on it.
So with 1 down, we'll see Dylan Cruz bat for the 3rd time. A ground out to Luke Mann at 3rd base in the 1st. Also a strikeout victim to Spencer Miles, his last at bat. First pitch, he goes opposite field on the ground and a base hit into right field. Wasting little time there for Dylan Cruz to get his first hit of the night. A 1-out single. There's something brewing here for LSU.
Well, you heard Jay Johnson say likes Pearson in front of Cruz and Berry because Pearson is going to give you a good quality at bat. He only had about 40 plate appearances coming into this series, but of those 40 plate appearances, we'll have a mound visit here. The LSU coaching staff was very pleased with his production in terms of productive at bats, and right there he hit a hard ball out to left center or right center field. And then you see Cruz come up right after that. There's no action down in the Missouri bullpen. Everyone is on the pine down there, so this is strictly a strategy discussion.
Head coach Steve Beazer out there visiting with Spencer Miles and the Mizzou infield. Again, Cruz down at first base. And no surprise Beazer wants to come out because, well, Jacob Berry's due up next, and all he's done tonight is bat twice and put 2 over the fence and right.
Yeah, let's be careful here.
Don't forget, fans, when the Tigers win, you win. Enter promo code LSU50 the day after an LSU baseball victory, and you'll receive 50% off your online order at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. So stay tuned with us tonight. You'll find out. You get 50% off coming up on Friday. So Berry will stand in. Again, a home run in the first to give LSU a 1-0 lead, and then tied the game with a solo shot in the 3rd, both to the diamond deck and right. Cruz with a lead. First pitch goes opposite field, going to drop down in left field. Cruz cruising around second, stumbles slightly, but easily will get to 3rd as Berry now 3 for 3 on the night, a couple of homers, and now a single to left center.
What a great piece of hitting there from Berry. Probably figured they weren't going to try to throw it in or down the middle. Got that fastball he was looking for right over the outside part of the plate and did what good hitters do. He hit it where it was pitched. A solid line drive out to left center field. That's a thing of beauty for me, Chris, when I watch a hitter hit against the shift. Right, they had him slightly shifted to the right side. He puts it to the left side of the outfield. What a great piece of hitting there.
So with 1 out, LSU mounting a threat once again. Cade Jody to the plate. He's got Cruz at 3rd, Jacob Berry at 1st. Again, they'll go to the shift defensively. 3 infielders left of second base to the right-handed hitting Doty. The first delivery from Miles way upstairs, ball 1.
Yeah, watch him to try to go high here with Doty. They have got him to chase upstairs twice in his previous 2 at-bats.
As Doug mentioned, 0 for 2 tonight is Cade with 2 strikeouts. 1-0 from Miles. Breaking ball. Line drive out of the reach of Luke Mann at third. It'll roll down in the corner and left. Cruz in to score. Berry will be held up at third, but an RBI double for Cade Doty, and the Tigers now lead 3-2.
Got a fastball over the meat of the plate and hit a shot down the third baseline. Luke Mann tried to get the backhand on it. It was just hit way too hard. And a stand-up double for Doty puts the Tigers ahead by 1. That was Doty's 17th double of the year, which leads the Tigers.
So now Trey Morgan. This is what Coach Jay Johnson wanted, moving Trey Morgan to 5th in the lineup. Again, Cruz singles to the right side. Berry drops one into left center. And Doty doubles down the line. So now runners second and third for LSU with just 1 out, leading 3-2.
And now for the first time we see some movement down in that Missouri bullpen.
Mizzou moves the infield in just off the grass. First pitch, high chopper, going to get it over the head of first baseman Montgomery. Bounces slowly into right field. That'll score 2 more. Berry and Doty coming to score. A 2 RBI single, a high chop down the first base line from Trey Morgan. And the Tigers extend the lead 5-2.
Well, I tell you, that could be extremely tough to deal with for a starting pitcher when they bring that infield in and then they hit the chopper. Of course, that would have been a routine out had they been back in normal depth. That's very disappointing for a defense and a pitcher to get through. And the Tigers, with 4 consecutive hits, to play 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Jordan Thompson now stands in. Thompson aboard on a walk in the second, a base hit in the 4th inning. Got Morgan down at first, and the delivery from Miles in for a strike with a breaking ball, and it's 0-1.
Again, Miles has been able to get through the 5th inning in 6 of his 8 starts, but the Tigers have him on the ropes right now.
Thompson readies the bat. Swing and a miss. Off speed in on the hands, and Thompson couldn't hold back. Falls behind 0-2. Tigers with 3 runs in on 4 hits, as Doug mentioned, back to back to back to back. The 0-2 stays away from the slider, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Thompson.
Carter Rustad is the pitcher down in the bullpen.
1-2 pitch to Thompson. Did he stay away? They'll roll down at first. He did. Ball dropped in low. 2-2.
Sorry, that's Rustad.
Morgan, a 2.5-step lead off of first. 2-2 pitch to Thompson. Ground ball, but foul down the third base line. Keeps it 2-2.
Check in on that other game tonight, which has now gone final. Ole Miss defeats Mississippi State 4-2 in Oxford.
Battle of the cellar dwellers currently in the SEC West.
Yeah, that 3-run home run for Ole Miss in the bottom of the first proved to be huge.
2-2.
Tough
A
play.
little bouncer left of the mound coming in. Luke Mann on the short hop will throw to first. And able to get Thompson by maybe a step or 2 for out number 2. Morgan on into second base. And now we'll see Braden Jobert. Jobert, a base hit in the second, aboard on a fielder's choice, beating out a double play attempt in the 4th inning. LSU up 5-2. Now out hit Mizzou 9-6. Jobert, the left-hander, against the right-handed throwing Miles. He'll fake a throw to get Morgan back to second.
Joe Bear hitting .350 with runners in scoring position this season.
Pitch to the plate. Low and outside, ball one. Ken Morgan will take his lead off of second. And Joe Bear will call for time and step out. There's a ground ball sharply hit. Josh Day knocks it down with a body, picks it up quickly, throws to first in time just to get Joe Bear. That one a hot shot off the bat, right at the shortstop, who was perfectly placed left of second base. And he will probably have a mark tomorrow, but he makes the play for out number 3. However, LSU regains the lead, scoring 3 runs on 4 hits. They leave 1 man on. We go to the top of the 6th. 5-2, your Fighting Tigers on the LSU Sports Radio Network. LSU gets back on top of Missouri, plating 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. It's now a 5-2 LSU lead. Missouri coming to the plate. Luke Mann, the third baseman, leads it off. The left-hander takes the first pitch. Slow rolling ground ball to first. Morgan Fields tosses to Hilliard covering at the bag. And a quick 1-pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Fans, visit your local Kubota dealer. See why Kubota, the #1 rated reliability under 100 horsepower tractor in the US of A. Visit LSU KubotaDealers.com for your nearest Kubota dealer and test drive a Kubota today. So we'll see Torrin Montgomery come to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight against Hilliard. A fly out to right. Last time grounded out to Jordan Thompson at shortstop in the 3rd inning. Slight shift defensively to the right-handed hitter. They've got Kate Doty playing just right of second base, almost behind the second base bag. First delivery of missing for ball 1, 1-0. Hilliard, as you mentioned, Doug, in that last inning, top of the 5th, kind of got back in lock and step with where you want to be pitch count wise, as this will be, I believe, pitch number 79 upcoming. The 1-0, breaking ball, ground ball, knocked down by Thompson. He'll have to throw and has plenty of time with that arm to beat Montgomery to first for out number 2. Good job using the body and finding the ball quickly and then using the laser to get it to Morgan.
Yeah, that was a laser off the bat. A great job there from Jordan Thompson of staying with it after he knocked it down. It kind of fell right by his feet. And instead of rushing the throw and making a bad one, he recovered nicely. And as you said, relied on that cannon of an arm attached to his right shoulder.
And I do believe, after watching that play, that there's a new look for Jordan Thompson. He has shaved the fantastic mustache.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the mullet was gone.
No. It's still there. But got rid of the stash. Fox Liam, DH, stands in. Left-hander. First pitch from Hilliard misses high as LSU again will make that defensive shift to the right side. They'll have Thompson, the shortstop, playing about 12, 15 feet into shallow right field. Doty will be playing left, or rather right, of second base, almost up the middle, and Morgan hugging the line at first. The 1-0.
Nice pitch.
Strike on the inside corner. Off speed, evens the count 1-1. Again, LSU, as we told you, Doug mentioned there was some personnel went down. Now we got a couple of guys up on the hill, not throwing as of yet, but stretching down there in the bullpen. 1-1 from Hilliard. This is high above the letters. 2-1 the count. Liam, by the way, a double in the second. Grounded out last time to Doty in the same defensive formation. Barry playing in the 6-hole on the left side of the diamond. Ground ball into the shift. Could be a tough play for Thompson, but nobody's at home at first. And the throw coming to Hilliard off the mark, misses the glove. He knocks it down, but Liam's going to arrive safely as that ball was hit as an in-betweener, smoked off the bat. Morgan went to his right, realized he couldn't get to it. It was hit so hard that when Thompson fielded it in right field, Doug, Morgan did not get back to first. He tried to get it to Hilliard, but not in time.
And that's one of the problems with the shift, right? I mean, Mikhail Hilliard works on covering first base on a ground ball to the right side hundreds of times throughout the course of the year. Now, a ground ball into shallow right center field or right field, not so much. Hilliard never went over to cover the bag there. If he would have been able to make that out. But a tough play there for Hilliard and a nice play by Jordan Thompson.
In Missouri, able to get a runner aboard with 2 outs. There's a swing and a miss by Mike Coletta, the catcher, to make it 0-1. So Liam with the single, ruled a hit. He'll take a lead off of first. Hilliard, the pitch to Coletta. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Right over the top of that with the bat is Coletta, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, I think I would throw that pitch 3 more times in a row.
That one looked like a video game. Again, Liam with a 3-step lead off the first base bag. 2 outs. Tigers up 5-2. The 0-2 pitch. Down in the dirt. Travinsky blocks it up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, LSU led early 1-0. Jacob Berry with a solo home run in the bottom of the first. Missouri would get a couple of runners on, drive a run in the top of the second to tie the game. They would take the lead in the top of the third, 2-1. LSU would tie it again with Berry at the plate. Another solo shot to right, tied the game 2-2 until the Tigers scored 3 in the bottom of the 5th to take a 5-2 lead. The 1-2 off the end of the bat, into the air, shallow right field, and wow, making a dive for it is Doty.
No,
Morgan?
No. Morgan over the shoulder.
Oh, Doty was sliding behind him, and over the shoulder, Morgan made that one look like just an everyday shallow fly ball.
Look at this play.
Wow. Caught it in the basket for out number 3, helping out Mikhail Hilliard and ending it for Missouri here in the top of the 6th inning. Again, they leave 1 man on, and it's a 5-2 LSU lead. The Tigers come to the plate in the bottom of the 6th. Travinsky, Stevenson, and then top of the order Pearson when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Defense makes a huge play to end the top of the 6th inning. Trey Morgan, just an over-the-shoulder, everyday basket catch just beyond the first base bag in shallow right field. And that'll bring the Tigers to the plate in the bottom of the 6th, where they lead 5-2. Hayden Travinski leads it off, and the first delivery from Spencer Miles. Fastball at 92, a strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
Boy, Mikhail Hilliard's been good tonight.
The 0-1 to Travinski. There's another strike, this time on the outer half at the knees, and it's 0-2. Again, Missouri has some personnel up in the bullpen down and left. The 0-2 from Miles. Reaches down with a bat. Shallow right center field. Coming in, and with room and time, Ross Lovich has it. The right fielder records out number 1. Tiger fans, show off your team spirit when you're here at the game or even while you're at home. Visit Cox.com/Tigers. Take a selfie with your favorite Tiger. Cox, we're LSU fans 24/7. Josh Stevenson at the bottom of the order will stand in. Josh hit into a double play to end it in the 2nd. Grounded out to Torrin Montgomery last time in the 4th inning. Looking to pick up his first hit of the night. First delivery, opposite field to left, having to come in as Austin. He'll dive, and he will hold on. The left fielder making a fantastic play, diving towards the third base bag. Not an easy play when your body is coming towards the baseball and you've left your feet. But Austin holds on for out number 2 and stole away what would have been the first hit of the night for Stevenson.
Yeah, Steve-O got robbed on that one.
So now Josh Pearson, strikeout, a ground out, and a fly out so far tonight. Again, outside of the strikeout, he hit the ball hard in the 3rd and again in the 5th. Miles delivers the pitch outside, ball 1, 1-0.
Carter Rustad is ready to go down in the bullpen.
There's a strike at the knees. Breaking pitch off speed there from Miles, evens it up 1-1. 1-1 to Pearson. Got him on the arm. Yep, maybe got him on the foot. Inside, drop down on the top of the cleat. Pearson, hit by a pitch, will head down to first with 2 outs and add another to the total this year for LSU.
78 now. Delaware State. 110 is the previous LSU record. That was done in the year 2000. Of course, many remember what happened that year.
So now Pearson at first. Again, LSU's made hay with 2 outs here in the game as Dylan Cruz stands in. The first pitch, fastball outside from Miles. It's 1-0. Cruz tonight ground out to 3rd, struck out in the 3rd inning, and then had a base hit, came around to score in the 5th. The 1-0 slammed into center field. Right over the second base bag and by DeSatis, who had no chance but to just watch it and probably hear it go by. Smoked off the bat by Dylan Cruz, and a 2-out single now has runners 1st and 2nd for the Fighting Tigers.
I kind of wonder if that'll be the end of the rope for Miles. It looks like they're going to stick with him one more time against Barry. I guess that's a good idea. He's 3 for 3 with a couple home runs.
So Barry now will bat for the 4th time, but yep, looks like a change is coming. Out of the dugout comes Coach Steve Beazer. Again, he's had Rustad ready to go for some time now. He's looking that way. Rustad making another pitch or 2 in the bullpen. Coach still looking for him now, gives him the sign and says we're making a change. So a pitching change, always powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll give you the numbers on Rustad. Get back to it. 2 outs, 2 men on, and Jacob Berry swinging a mean bat tonight. We'll be at the plate when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network. 5-2 LSU leads Missouri here in game one. Fans finding healthcare shouldn't require extra innings. That's why Our Lady of the Lake makes it convenient to fit care into your busy schedule. Learn more at olrmc.com/video visits. Proud to be the official healthcare provider of LSU athletics. Well, 2 outs. Tigers have runners first and second. Jacob Berry, who's 3 for 3, including 2 home runs, coming to the plate. And Doug Thompson. Missouri goes to the bullpen.
Yeah, it's going to be Carter Rustad. Rustad, 6'4", 180 pounds. He's a sophomore out of Kansas City. Rustad on the year is in the SEC, making his 7th appearance of the season. And in SEC play, he has a 2.08 ERA. Rustad, his fastball, Chris, will be 91 to 93 miles an hour. His best secondary pitch is his changeup, and he'll throw that to righties and lefties. Look for one here to Berry.
First delivery, swing and a miss. Off speed and way out in front was Jacob. It's 0-1.
And that was the changeup. He also throws a curveball, but it's very slow, and it'll pop up out of his hand. It's easy to pick up.
LSU has Pearson hit by a pitch at second. Cruz with a base hit up the middle. He stands at first base with 2 outs and an 0-1 count. Berry awaits. Rustad checks the runner. Now kicks and fires. Missed inside with a fastball at 91. Evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike.
This is the 11th time out on the year for Rustad. He has a 5.08 ERA. He's 3-1 in 28 1/3 innings of work. He's allowed 27 hits, 16 earned runs. He has 25 strikeouts and 9 walks.
Rustad from the stretch.
Changeup
To the plate. Hit high in the air, shallow center field. Wilmsmeyer coming in, and he will have it. And that will do it for LSU as they come up empty, no runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left on. We go now to the top of the 7th inning here in game 1. LSU leading Mizzou 5-2 on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Top of the 7th inning here in game 1. LSU leading over Mizzou 5-2. The Tigers 5 runs on 10 hits. Missouri 2 runs on 7 hits. Nander DeSatis leads things off. The left-handed hitter tonight. 1 for 2. Had a double back in the 4th inning. Cale Hilliard still out there pitching well. Now headed into the latter innings as the first pitch fouled to the third base dugout, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, with 88 pitches, you got to think McHale is out there looking for one more strong inning. Great opportunity for him to get through 7 as he faces 7, 8, 9.
DeSatis awaits the 0-1. Short of the plate. That'll move it to 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Hilliard tonight giving up 7 hits, the 2 runs both earned, 3 strikeouts thus far. And again, has gotten a little better after giving up those 2 runs early. Here's the 1-1. Missing inside. Make it 2-1 now to DeSatis.
Yeah, and of the 7 hits Hilliard has surrendered tonight, 5 have come with 2 outs.
So McHale behind in the count, 2-1. The look in and wind, and the pitch. Lifted in the air. Left field. Stevenson coming in towards the line. Plenty of room and fair territory. He will glove it. And there's 1 away here in the top of the 7th inning.
That is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th time tonight. Out of 7 innings, Hilliard has retired the leadoff batter.
So with 1 down, see the center fielder, Ty Wilmsmeyer. Right-handed hitter. 0 for 2 on the night. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. Hilliard looks in, gets the sign from Travinski. Ready to deal. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside and low. Ball 1, 1-1. Wilmsmeyer readies the bat. The 1-1 pitch down the middle for a strike with a fastball, and Hilliard again works ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. LSU and Mizzou, along with Ole Miss, Mississippi State, getting the weekend started early. 2 series underway. 1 game already final in that battle of Mississippi. The rest will start tomorrow. The 1-2, swing and a miss, comes back with a fastball and still had 89 to pump it by the bat of Wilmsmeyer for the strikeout. And there are 2 gone. Another strikeout for Hilliard, his 4th of the night, brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices. And
yeah, that fastball might as well have been 99 miles an hour when they're looking for that great breaking ball of Mikhail Hilliard and get a fastball. It's just almost impossible to catch up with it.
so now we'll see Ross Lovich at the bottom of the order. 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch to the left-hander. Up and in for ball 1.
And that was pitch number 97 tonight for Mikhail Hilliard.
Hilliard winds and the 1-0. Off speed in for a strike, 1-1.
Speaking of 97, big weekend here at the box. As Saturday, the 25th reunion of the 1997 National Championship team will be celebrated here right before first pitch.
1-1 way outside. Make it 2-1. What's great about that group, as there are many former LSU baseball players still in and around the area, there'll be a great group here on Saturday. And no doubt the fans will be on their feet when they see that 97 team take the field. The 2-1 fouled off the bat of Lovich towards the third base dugout. Now Hilliard gets an even count, 2-2. The LSU faithful now getting behind their veteran right-hander Mikhail Hilliard. Again approaching the century mark in pitches tonight. His team giving him a 5-2 lead with 2 outs, nobody on. The 2-2 to Lovich, and he just stays alive. Clipped it with the top of the bat to the backstop, and it's still 2-2.
Yeah, I think that was number 101 on the night. No one wants this strikeout more than Mikhail Hilliard does.
Again, 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Lovich. Again, foul down the line. We'll find the seats about 10 rows up, down the line and left. Still 2-2. Lovich at the bottom of the order. This is where Hilliard again would love to pick up his 5th strikeout, certainly the 3rd out of the inning, and avoid the top of the order. LSU will have Doty, Morgan, and Thompson due up after we stretch it out in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-2 missing high. It's a full count. Razelman and Cooper continue to throw down in the bullpen for LSU. But everybody focused on Mikhail Hilliard on the bump. Lovich at the plate with 2 outs. The payoff pitch.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Number 5 on the night. And that'll do it for Mizzou. No runs, no hits. Nobody touches base. Time to stretch it out here at Alex Box Stadium on a Thursday night, with the Fighting Tigers coming to the plate and leading 5-2 over Missouri here on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Mikhail Hilliard ends it for Missouri there in the top of the 7th inning, recording his 5th strikeout of the game. Already over 100 pitches thrown, and another fantastic outing to start the weekend for LSU from their veteran right-hander, Mikhail Hilliard. The Tigers lead by 3. Kate Doty going to lead it off. Doty 1 for 3, had a double last time in the 5th that drove in a run. First pitch misses inside as Carter Rustad, again the relief pitcher, begins his first full inning of action. Came in for the starter Spencer Miles there in the bottom of the 6th. This fastball misses high and outside to make it 2-0 to Kay Doty. Doty batting .345 on the season. Came into the game batting .339 against SEC stuff. The 2-0, big swing. Just missed, came off the bat, off the face mask of Coletta, the catcher, and it's a foul ball, 2-1. Good thing about it, when you take a look at the game tonight, we just talked about Mikhail Hilliard and how magnificent he has been. Defense has done a great job backing him up, but this lineup also, Cruz, Berry, Doty, Morgan, Thompson, and Joe Bear all have delivered at the plate as Doty sends one to left center field, but hung up long enough for Wilmsmeyer. Used his speed to get over to glove it for out number 1. That'll bring up Trey Morgan. Morgan 2 for 3 at the plate. He, Cruz, and Berry leading the way offensively tonight for the Fighting Tigers. But, at times this season, Doug, we've seen LSU be top-heavy at the top of the order delivering. There were times in the early non-conference and even in that series at Florida where the bottom end of the lineup delivered. It's kind of nice. I'm sure Jay Johnson appreciates more spread out 1 through 9 as Morgan takes a big cut off the end of the bat into the backstop. It's 0-1.
Yeah, it's kind of like right now they're winning in all facets of the game. And if you're a head coach, of course, nothing will make you happier.
You could really tell in Jay's voice Tuesday night after the game. First the 0-1. There's a little slow bouncer right at the mound.
Play.
Nobody could get to it. Eventually Montgomery gloves it, but he is so far away from first and nobody is there at home. Trey Morgan arrives safely. That in-between play as Rustad came off the mound, extended his arm, couldn't get it. But it just kind of messed up his timing. He then couldn't get to first in time as Montgomery had to come all the way over to his right to glove it, and nobody was home.
I'm telling you, Chris, when you work on pitchers fielding practice, the in-between play, even without a runner, is tough to execute because the pitcher, of course, is also enticed to go and field the ball, which is what happened there. And he took too much time, didn't make his mind up quick enough to go cover the bag, and Trey Morgan gets a free hit.
So the infield single gets him aboard with 1 out, and we'll see Thompson lifts it to right field. Lovich coming over. Again, finds his glove out in right center for out number 2. Again, aggressive at the plate is Thompson. Got a good rip, but right at the right fielder. And that'll bring up Braden Jobert. Jobert struggling over the last 2 weekends. Got a base hit back in the second inning. Got a board on a fielder's choice in the 4th. He did ground out to Josh Day, the shortstop, last time, but good to see him looking a little more confident swinging the bat.
Yeah, the last time he was up, he almost killed the shortstop.
So again, Morgan at first base with 2 outs. Again, both teams have had their share of success with 2 outs in the inning here tonight. This one sails outside from Rustad. It's 1-0 to Jobert. And they'll have Josh Day, the shortstop, just left of the second base bag where he was last time Jobert drilled him with a ground ball. There's a foul tip, but in the mitt of Coletta, and it's 1-1. Tomorrow, game 2 starts 30 minutes earlier. First pitch 6:30. Airtime will come your way at 6 o'clock. Then on Saturday, 11:30 with the Cajun Country Rice on Deck show, and we'll see first pitch just after high noon. Rustad looks in. The 1-1 to Jobert. Strike on the inside corner right at the knees. Tiger fans not agreeing with that call, but it's 1-2. Well, we all guesstimate Mikael Hilliard's night is done. What a way to finish it with his 5th strikeout to end it there in the top of the 7th. Again, 2 look available in the bullpen for Coach Jay Johnson. Here's the 1-2 again, smoked up the middle. Day will grab it behind the second base bag, spin and throw to first. Montgomery able to keep his foot on just in time to get Jobert for out number 3. Again, Braden hammering the middle of the field, this time right of second base, but another great play by Josh Day ends it for LSU. No runs, 1 hit. 1 man left on. We go to the top of the 8th inning. LSU leading Missouri 5-2 on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Top of the 8th inning here at Alex Box Stadium on this Thursday evening. Absolutely lovely night to be here at the ballpark. Temperatures in the mid-70s. Got a little heat up in the capital area over the next several days. Again, nice to get 2 evening games tonight and tomorrow. Should be a carbon copy weather-wise tomorrow night. Maybe a little warm on Saturday with a high noon start, but hey, we're in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We're headed towards the end of spring, summer around the corner, part of it. LSU leading 5-2. Again, 5 runs, 11 hits tonight for LSU. Balanced in the lineup, to say the least. 2 runs, 7 hits by Missouri, and the Tigers again will bring in a new pitcher. It'll be Eric Raiselman taking over for another great performance by Mikhail Hilliard.
Yeah, Hilliard was spectacular for Eric Raiselman. This will be outing number 18 of the year. He enters the game with a gaudy 1.17 ERA. He has 2 saves and 23 innings of work. Raiselman has allowed 14 hits, only 3 earned runs, folks. 37 strikeouts to go along with 10 walks. This is number 8 in terms of appearances in the SEC for Raiselman. He's worked 8 innings, allowed 2 earned runs. He has 11 strikeouts and 4 walks.
Certainly a change of pace for these Missouri hitters now as Raiselman, hard-throwing right-hander, stands in. And the first pitch, well, start at 96.
Just 96 at the knees.
It's 0-1.
Mikhail Hilliard went 7 innings, allowed 7 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, Chris Blair, and 5 strikeouts. One of the better performances we've seen from Mikhail Hilliard.
Raiselman with 3 rocks on the mound. And the 0-1 sent back into the screen behind the plate. Another 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 0-2. Hunt Palmer and I sat here in the booth Tuesday night calling the action of the Wally Pontiff Jr. Classic, and we were speculating on the pitch count of Raiselman, who came in and pitched 2 1/3. He got to 34 pitches, and of course 30's kind of the max if you
30,
want to pitch the next day.
yeah.
But with a couple of days,
he's fine.
No surprise to see Raiselman in here. The 0-2 misses high and outside, a heater at 97. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And if he can make quick work, regardless of how long he stays out there in this one, wouldn't surprise me at all in the least. See him again before this weekend is done. He's ahead of the count to Josh Day atop the order. And the 1-2 just staying alive. He trying whatever he could do to get a bat on that one. At 96, does, and fouls it off. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Day so far tonight, a fly out to right, a couple of ground outs, 1 to short and 1 to third base on a great play by Jacob Berry back in the 5th inning. Infield playing straight up. Dylan Crew shading to right center with the right-hander at the plate. Raiselman comes set, and the 1-2 lifted towards right center field, but again, easy to get to for Pearson. He'll glove it, and Day retired for the 4th time tonight, 1 away. Fans, you won't believe how much life you can fit into the 2022 RAV4. To find out, just visit your local Toyota dealer or Toyota.com today. Trevor Austin will stand in. Austin went with a double in the 3rd. Strikeout victim to Hilliard in the 5th inning. His first at bat, he had a slow bouncing ground ball to Morgan, who handled it at first base. 1 for 2 on the night. Raiselman delivers in on the hands. The 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and he fights it off. Foul right side, 0-1. The 0-1 from Raiselman. Again, swinging a foul ball from Austin, and it's 0-2, and that time he got a piece of the 96-mile-an-hour delivery.
Look. Again, I wouldn't want to stand in there. No, thank you.
Raiselman. 1 rock, 2 rocks, 3 rocks. And the 0-2 pitch. Way upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, Raiselman, the occasional, and I put in emphasis the occasional off-speed pitch, but it is fastball after fastball. The 1-2 hit on the hands, but delivered into center field. Crack of the bat off of Austin, gets a 1-out single, his 2nd hit of the night.
Yeah, and I think that would have been a good spot for an off-speed pitch. Just kind of too much of the plate. That fastball at 90, only 94 miles an hour.
So we'll see Luke Mann, who was very effective at the plate to open the game. A single in the 1st, triple with an RBI back in the 3rd inning.
Yeah,
Back
man.
his first triple of the year.
Came into the game hitting 244. He's easily had the best night of the night.
First delivery from Raiselman. Blows it right by him in 96. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
Okay, I'm bored with 96. I want to see 97 now.
You're so demanding.
Last time it worked. I think we actually coerced him into 97, 98, 99, which would be fun.
Here's the 0-1. Outside corner called strike at 94. Just setting him up. Gets ahead 0-2. Austin will take his lead off of first, again with 1 out. Raiselman comes set. The pitch to Mann. Off the end of the bat, foul to the backstop. That one at 96. A little too pedestrian for Doug Thompson, but
Yeah. Just ready to see a new number.
one out, runner at first, and an 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A little blue bayou there to get the 2nd out by way of San Ramon, California, and Eric Raiselman. His man goes down on strikes. Raiselman with his first punch out in relief, brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices.
That was some noise. The radar gun didn't pop up. They tell us when that happens it was a repeat of the pitch before, which was 96.
2 outs.
Watch out.
That one way upstairs, tried the off-speed delivery, and it went well over the head of Travinski to the backstop. And will also allow Austin to head on down to second base. And a 1-0 count to Montgomery. Obviously, they're going to work to add a breaking pitch or work on a breaking pitch, but looks like some work still left to do, and he'll stick with the fastball.
Well, that was 78 miles an hour, but the scary thing for Travinski is I think it crossed him up. So he's pumped about 13 fastballs in a row, and for whatever reason, whatever Travinski did, Raiselman thought that it was a slider called. And let me tell you a scary feeling as a catcher. That's why you saw Travinski hustle out to the mound to make sure they're cleared up. A guy like me out there pitching, no big deal. But when it has 10 extra miles an hour on it, ooh.
1-0 the count to Montgomery, and he'll slap this, a ground ball into center field. Coming in to score from second will be Austin, and Missouri will play to run once again with 2 outs in the inning. That'll make it a 5-3 LSU lead. Montgomery looked as one cool customer up there, just gave it a swing. down around the knees, but plenty of plate, and he sent it right back up the middle.
Yeah, don't forget that's their best hitter. 351 coming into the game. Leads the team in doubles, RBIs, batting average, pretty much all of it. This is the toughest part of the lineup. You have 2 outs, but now you're down to the 5th hole. And of course, this sets up nicely if you're able to get this out. Looks like we're going to have a mound visit as Paul Gervais is tossing, and who else is that down there? I saw Riley
Cooper's still there. He's also tossing down in the bullpen as Jay Johnson out there to visit now with Razelman and the infield. Again, 2 outs, top of the 8th. But again, they've plated 1 run with 2 outs, and you have to imagine they'll be a little concerned about Missouri able to find another run here, make things awfully tight. And with that, the decision is made to make a pitching change. So we'll see the left-hander Riley Cooper coming in. He'll face the left-handed hitting Fox Liam, the DH. Pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll get back to it here at the box. LSU leading 5-3. 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Tigers make a call to the bullpen. We'll see Riley Cooper, one of the guys they lean on the most out of the pen here in 2022. He'll come in with 2 outs. Already Missouri plating a run to make it 5-3. They've got a runner aboard, but Doug Thompson, some of this has to do with saving arms for the weekend. The other part has to do with Missouri's success with 2 outs in the inning tonight.
Yeah, and there's a lefty-lefty matchup that suits the Tigers here. This is number 18 for Riley Cooper. His 17th out of the bullpen. Comes in with a 3.74 ERAs, 2-2 and 21 2/3 innings. Cooper's allowed 21 hits, only 9 earned runs. He has 4 walks and 19 strikeouts.
First delivery missing low to Fox Liam, again the left-hander. Liam tonight sitting in the 5 spot, 2 for 3. Double in the second, a base hit in the 6th. He came around to score in the 2nd inning when Mizzou tied the game 1-1. A 1-0 on the inside corner from Cooper, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Montgomery, by the way, real quick, Doug, picked up the base hit. Drove in a run with 2 outs in the inning. He's down at first. Cooper going to look over to first, and now the 1-1 to the plate. Going to catch Liam in the back. Threw it behind him. Liam had that unnatural reaction to try to move up in the plate, and it caught him on the back. And with 2 outs now, Mizzou with runners first and second.
Yeah, we'll probably see another pitching change here. Really for the same reason we saw the last one. I could be wrong, but there's a right-hander, 2 right-handers down in the bullpen ready to go. Looks like Trent Vittmeyer and Gervais. But for the time being, everyone going to stay put.
Interesting. As soon as you said that, while you said that, Jay and Jason, Coach Kelly and Coach Johnson, had a quick conversation. I think there was some thought, but they'll stick with Cooper here facing Trey Morris.
Yeah, it's a new hitter, Trey Morris. This will be his first at bat of the game.
So Morris, his 98th at bat of the season.
Yeah, he's a starter. He started 23 games.
Cooper's first pitch inside and low for ball one.
Man, for me, Cooper comes really close to a balk. Sometimes he just doesn't seem to pause for me.
1 ball, no strikes. Runners first and second, 2 outs. And
here comes the mound visit.
Yeah, Coach Johnson has thought about it. Now he's going to come out and visit with Cooper. We'll see. Again, there is an arm at the ready. Again, as we told you, Gervais out there along with Trent Vittmeyer. Looks like Gervais. Vittmeyer now has stopped throwing. Gervais still going, as it is going to be a call to the bullpen. So after thinking about it, even against the pinch hitter, instead of lefty on righty, they'll go righty on righty with 2 outs and 2 men on and a 2-run lead, 5-3. Another pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll give you Gervais's numbers. Tall drink of water takes over on the mound when we come back here on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Three, LSU leading over Missouri here in game one, but Doug Thompson, things getting a little tighter, not quite as tight as they could get. And Coach Jay Johnson electing to bring in Paul Gervais with runners first and second for Mizzou, 2 outs, and a pinch hitter, Trey Morris, at the plate with a 1-0 count.
Yeah, Gervais making his 17th appearance of the year. He has 34 punch-outs in 21 innings. Tigers looking for number 35 right now.
The 1-0 pitch rides in high. 2 balls, no strikes again to Morris. Pinch hitting, as Doug said, has been a starter in this lineup for Missouri, batting .258 in his 97 previous at-bats.
Gervais has allowed 10 hits in his 21 innings of work.
2-0 delivery. Strike on the outside corner. Able to get it there with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Nicely placed. It's 2-1. Montgomery at second, Liam at first base for Mizzou. The 2-1, bouncing ground ball to Doty. He will come up with it from second base, throw to Morgan for out number 3. Gervais comes in, does his job, and closes down Missouri. Although they bring in 1 run on 2 hits, they leave 2 men on. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. LSU now coming to the plate Travinsky, Stevenson, and top of the order Pearson when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Fans, when things are heating up, and it's certainly coming soon, when you're ready to cool it down, count on Slow Melt Ice. Colder, cleaner, and longer lasting. Since 1997, Slow Melt Ice has been a leader in providing packaged ice and bulk ice for commercial, industrial, and retail businesses in South Louisiana. For more info, check them out at slowmeltice.com. That's SLOMELTICE.com. LSU coming to the plate, Hayden Travinsky. Reached on a walk back in the fourth. He's 0 for 2. Board on a fielder's choice back in the second and flied out to right field. He'll stand in, face Carter Rustad, who continues on the mound for Missouri. And the first pitch, big swing. Can't catch up to the fastball at 89, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, he had one thing in his mind on that swing, and he just missed it.
Missouri working 3 infielders to the left side of the diamond. The 0-1 is fouled back into the screen on an off-speed delivery, and it's 0-2.
Although I'm confident that Paul Gervais brought the slow melt ice tonight, I would still like to see a 3-spot in the bottom half of this inning. Just a little insurance. It's not too much to ask, huh?
No. The 0-2 called strike 3. Rustad again with a breaking pitch inside corner. Travinsky completely handcuffed, and there's one away.
I think he actually might have caught him guessing with the fastball there. Travinsky didn't even make an attempt.
So we'll see Josh Stevenson. Josh tonight 0 for 3 in the 9-hole.
But I feel like he deserves a hit. He's hit a couple balls hard.
Oh, that last one was robbed out in left field on a diving catch by Trevor Austin. First pitch from Rustad, a strike at the knees, 0-1.
Yeah, there's been some defensive mistakes, not errors, but some mishandled balls by Missouri tonight. But there's also been some incredible plays by this Mizzou defense.
The 0-1 fouled back. Stevenson falls behind 0-2. And we saw a fine play by the shortstop, Josh Day.
Coming across the middle. I think that was on. Let's see, who was that on? Was it Joe Bear?
Yeah. Yeah. He got him the first time left of second base. Got a board on an infield single, but the second time he was able to spin around after making the grab and get him at first base. And then, as we mentioned, Trevor Austin with a diving play towards the infield and left to Rob Stevenson last time in the 6th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Josh. With 1 away, Rustad sends this one back into the screen off the bat of Stevenson. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another Rotolo's foul ball.
Trey Morgan had a nice little Willie Mays catch, running out into shallow right field for an out earlier.
One out, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rustad fires and off speed, swing and a miss. Stevenson down on strikes for the first time tonight. And the reliever, Carter Rustad, with his second punch out. And with 2 down, we'll see Josh Pearson. Pearson trying to keep it going, extend the inning here. Maybe LSU can add some runs to a 2-run lead, 5-3. Josh atop the order, 0 for 3, a strikeout. A ground out, a fly out, was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. Fastball and a big swing and a miss. 0-1. The 0-1 to Pearson. In there for a strike. 0-2. Mizzou has the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, barring a pinch hitter due up in the top of the 9th. Here's the 0-2, swing and a miss. Elevated fastball inside, and Rustad. Another big strikeout. His 3rd of the night in relief. LSU goes quietly in the bottom of the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, nobody on base. Paul Gervais on his way out to the mound here in the top of the 9th inning. Mizzou with the 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up. LSU leading 5-3 here in Game 1 on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Nander DeSatis to lead it off. And the first pitch from Gervais to start the top of the 9th inning. Fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. DeSatis, the second baseman. 1 for 3 tonight. His base hit came in the 4th inning. It happened to be a double. A 2-base hit, as they like to call it. Here's the 0-1. Inside corner called strike. Another fastball from the big right-hander, Paul Gervais, and it's 0-2.
The last time 7, 8, 9 came up, back in the 7th inning, they were retired in order. I'll take that again now.
Gervais takes a moment off the bump, now steps back on. DeSatis, the left-hander, awaits on the right-handed throw, and it's a swing and a miss. Up and in with a fastball. DeSatis nowhere close to getting around on it. Gervais records the punch out. His first in relief, brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices. 1 down, 2 to go for the Tigers here in the top of the 9th.
And if you're watching this at home and you're a young pitcher, that is how you elevate a fastball with 2 strikes.
Wilmsmeyer, the center fielder, takes the first pitch. It's a strike. 0-1.
Double barrel action for the Tigers. A couple of right-handers. They're not doing a whole lot, but standing around. It's Trent Vittmeyer and Devin Fontenot.
Here's the 0-1 from Gervais, showing bunt down the first base line. Got a lot of it. Morgan going to pick it up and apply the tag. About 3 steps in front of the first base bag. 2 down, 1 to go for the Fighting Tigers.
Not so sure I agree with trying to lay the bunt down there. Must have felt somewhat helpless against Gervais, who has thrown 5 pitches in this inning, all strikes.
So now with 2 down in the top of the 9th, it'll be Ross Lovich. Lovich tonight 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts and a flyout. Gervais to the left-hander. Delivers a first pitch called strike. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fouled back into the screen. And Gervais now ahead 0-2. And here comes the crowd at the box with 2 outs in the top of the 9th, and LSU leading 5-3.
Let's see if Gervais knows what size hat Lovich wears. Looking for the hat trick here.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Tigers win. Tigers win. They take game 1. 5-3 a final over Missouri. Paul Gervais didn't close the door. He slammed the door. Tigers pick up the win. Get off to a great start this weekend. With the win, they're now 25-12, back to 500, 8-8 in the SEC. For Mizzou, they fall to 22-13, 5-11 in SEC play. All finished up on a Thursday night, and LSU the victor. 5-3 the final from the box. More coming up on the LSU Sports Radio Network.